Okay, welcome. We're so glad that you are here with us today. I know it's kind of a crazy time of year, December 2nd, right? We're still in the final stages of, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We actually do participate in that. We only discount our courses twice a year. It's our in July during our uh, anniversary sale, and then during this week. And also, we have a unique offer for membership this that we've never done before. So I'm going to share a little bit more about that as well. So welcome. We're glad that you're here. We're going to talk about how you can turn your love of photos into a business. So, if you've been curious about starting your own business as a photo manager, or if you just want to learn what it looks like, you're in the right place. We're going to explore the different membership options with the photo manager so you can see if there's a right path for you. And we will support you every step of the way. And also feel free to ask any questions in the chat, and when we'll leave plenty of time, and none of your questions will are off. We'll answer every question that we can. We're familiar with this. Here's some questions that we get a lot that we will already dive into: is how can I help others organize their photos when my own photos aren't organized? Welcome to the, that saying of the shoemaker has no shoes. That's not uncommon. So we can help alleviate that fear. What exactly does it mean to be a photo manager, and how do I know if it's the right fit for me? How do photo managers support me if I start a business? And then, who are the photo managers? What does it mean? Are you a franchise? Are you an association? And what are the cost fees to join? So by the end of this session, you'll have answer to all those questions. And stay tuned, because we do have a special offer just during this final few days, 48 hours now of this busy time of year. But before we dive any deeper, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Kathy Nelson. I'm the CEO and founder of the Photo Managers. I'm the author of two books: Photo Organizing Made Easy, going from overwhelmed to overjoyed, and a business roadmap for professional photo managers. But what I'm really most passionate about is helping people tell their family stories through their photos, videos, and keepsake items, and then helping business owners bring that gift and delight to their clients. So those are the things that really matter to me. So before we go any further, though, let's stop for a minute and think about why this work is so important. Why does the world need photo managers? Why even bother organizing your photos and videos? And we've changed these names over years. And somebody recently said, the photo managers still doesn't totally describe what we do. And we've yet to come up with the perfect word. So if anybody comes up with it, but you'll know in a minute why I mean that. But here's the truth. We used to call ourselves photo organizers, but the idea of organizing photos is not very excited. It's kind of like watching paint dry, and it doesn't tell you the why. Because the why, it's not about files, it's not about putting things in order. It's really about the stories that are there. Every photo holds a memory, a feeling, and a connection. That's why we save in our keepsake items and our letters, right? Why do you save maybe your baby's first shoes, or your kid's artwork, or your grandmother's teapot, or the old photo of your grandparents that's kind of, been passed down by generations? Because they tie us to our family and to our history. They connect us to who we are and what we care most about. The problem is we are all drowning in way too much stuff, right? We have too many boxes of prints and with slides and whole movies that we can't play anymore. How many people have a VCR, right? Or, our computers no longer have DVD drives or CD drives. And never mind the mess that our digital photos are. And nobody's going to want to dig through those thousands of photos to find the few that matter. And that's where photo managers step in. So here's some perspective on those numbers. Just according to Photo Tutorial, humanity takes 5.3 billion photos every single day, which is nearly 2 trillion this year alone. Those numbers are staggering. If you're like me, I don't, you get past 2 or 300,000 and my brain can't even comprehend those kind of numbers. And so, but when you ask people what they'd be most devastated about losing after a fire or a data crash, it's not going to be all the photos, right? They're not going to say, oh, I miss the 35,000 photos I have on my phone, or the 50 or 100,000 photos. It's going to be the ones that they cared most about that told those stories. And that's what we really focus on when we work with our clients. There's a quote that I love that sums up perfectly the work that we do. There have been great societies that did not have the wheel, but no societies that did not tell stories. And we are storytellers. And today we tell those stories through photos, videos, and keepsake items. As humans, right? If you sit around the dinner table tonight, or your husband comes home, or your partner, or your kids, or whoever, what was your day like? What's new? We usually tell a story about something that happened in our days, right? Our brains are wired to tell stories, and photos is a major way that we do that. So what does it mean what is the photo managers? Who are we? The photo managers is not a franchise. It's more like a business in a box. We provide you with the systems and well, I mean, when you buy a franchise, that's where you pay for a name and you pay for you run your business under somebody else's rules. We're not that model. We're a membership community, which means that you own your own business, you have your own brand, you have your own business identity, and you have your own pricing, but we help you grow that business by providing training, resources, and support. So what sets us apart in the whole world of things is our credibility. We offer professional certification, and after 16 years of experience, we pretty much created this industry. Before 2011, there might be a handful of people that did this as a living, but not the 700 people that we have worldwide today. And there was no organization supporting or certifying photo managers or having conferences in Boston. Or last year we were in San Diego, and the year before that we were in Columbus, and the year before that we were in Orlando. So we this is our 14th educational conference. So what you get is freedom, but you get the support to belong and the sense of belonging to a community that really helps you along the way. So let's just here's a quick survey that we did of our members. We did this in April of 2024. There are 313 people that responded. Who are photo managers? Right now, they're primarily college educated women, 40 plus, but that's changing dramatically. And we need to redo this because we probably have an equal number of men now joining every month. Our members are located across the US, Canada, Europe, Australia, and other regions, growing a little bit in South America. And it's a very vibrant group in all those locations. 66% of our members say that they run their business full-time or part-time, while 33% think of it more like a side gig. It's a passion project, it's a retirement career, it's something they do. It's the month of December. You might have taken the month of December off, or you're busy finishing projects because you're going to take the rest of the month off. There's a lot of people who do it that way. And the experience range from those that responded from brand new, just starting out, to over 10 years, reinforcing this is a long-term sustainable profession. We have many members who've been with us over 10 years. They're really the true pioneers who have kind of really led the way and have been doing this a really long time. Most photo managers report bringing on 2 to 3 new clients per month. But 80% of the work eventually comes from repeat or returning clients. So once you've been at this 2 or 3 years, it's funny, people still keep taking photos. It's usually not a one and done project. Once you develop a trust and you get to know who the family members are, they'll find things come up, a wedding, an anniversary, a death in a family, and they need a memorial slideshow. You're going to be the person that they're going to call. Our projects that people do usually last anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months, with many exceeding over 20 hours, especially when they're dealing with much larger archives. And the services that our members offer really vary. And this is a big part of the process of determining, right away, you might not know what is it that you really want to focus on. But printed photo organizing and scanning, scanning photos and slides and negatives is a big part of many people's business model. Digital photo organizing is kind of a different bucket. It's a different mindset. Usually they can go hand in hand. Some people really love only doing the digital, and some people really only love doing the analog. It's, again, up to you. Many of our members love doing photo book creation, but some of them don't want to make photo books. Home movies and video conversion is another popular service that many of our members do. So what this means is the field is established, it's growing, and there's lots of room for new professionals, no matter what your background or the starting point. So we have currently three membership options that you can choose to be a part of. The first one is called our Photo Managers in Training. And that's for the people who really want to just organize their own photos first. And it's a year-long program. And you kind of enter into that. And you'll get prompts, and you'll get a community of support, and you'll kind of go through the process and decide, do I really want to do this? But our most people do join at our professional level, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then we have what's called Professional Manager Plus, which actually just includes certification right off the bat where you're purchasing that. And I'll talk about that in a second. So it can be hard to know where do you fit in this. So we have this quick little quiz that might help you a little bit. So just answer true or false. I want to learn how to organize photos, my own or others. Is that true or false? I want to earn a part-time or full-time income doing this. I already help people with photos, and I want to add this to my business. I need guidance on the tools, workflow, pricing, and best practices. I'm excited to learn, even if technology feels overwhelming at times. If you answered mostly true, you're ready for our professional community, and you'll learn best by doing. You learn best by doing. You want support, and you're ready to work with clients. If it was false, then you might want to look at our Photo Manager in Training. You can go with your own photos and kind of learn at a more comfortable, slower pace. If you're unsure, you can ask us some questions and we can kind of help guide you. But the good news is wherever you are in the business, it doesn't matter if you decide, we have many people like 4 months into the photo manager and training think, you know what, I really want all the resources on the professional level. I want to upgrade. We prorate your membership. So you're not double charged. So you're not going to, invest a certain amount of money. We have a spreadsheet and we can actually track it. We just look at the spreadsheet and we say, oh, they've been with us for, 16 weeks or 20 weeks. This is what the new rate would be. So you're not going to be penalized if you make a mistake or, you make a choice and you think, oh, that wasn't the right decision. So our photo manager in training, like I mentioned, it's a 1-year guided program, and it includes the following. It includes an on-demand course on printed photo organizing and best practices of digital photo organizing. We send you monthly email prompts like, how are you doing? Sometimes we need somebody to kind of push us along. We provide monthly skill building webinars. You can connect with your peers in our it's actually, we're moving from, well, right now it's still in a private Facebook group. I think we'll be moving to Circle. We've moved our professional membership to something called Circle, but I'm not sure yet if we've done that with this group. And you'll get a roadmap checklist. Plus, every month we do an interactive co-working session. That's really fun because a lot of times it's really lonely if you're working at home and you can just log into Zoom and other people are going to be working on their photos and you can ask questions and get to know each other. We have a wonderful professional member named Terry Winfield who loves working with this particular organization. She donates her time and she's there to answer your questions and just kind of be a support person. You get our exclusive discounts from our partners, so you can save good money on a lot of different products that instead of paying retail, you can be paying wholesale pricing. And you can save on our virtual and in-person conferences and things like that. So that's the advantages of our photo manager in training. So again, it kind of just spells it out here. And it's $329 for the year. We did have a lot of people after our first year say, wow, I didn't finish, or can I do a second year? So we do reduce the rate and you can join again for a second year if you want to, if life got busy and you just didn't get to it. Now let's talk about our professional membership. This is the majority of our members are in the professional. I think we have about 116 or 20 people maybe in the photo management training, but we have over 700 people that are professionals. And this is if you really know you want to start a business. This is where you're going to want to this is where you're going to want to begin. And we give you everything you need to lay a really strong foundation, from training and resources to an amazingly supportive community that everybody's been right where you are right now. They probably sat in and listened to this webinar. They've probably scheduled a call with myself or Mary. They've watched our other webinars. We actually track when people kind of enter into our sales funnel, and we have members that have joined from like a 0 day, like they found us and they joined, but it's not uncommon to see 3,041 days or 2,600 days, where people it's been 3 years and I've been thinking about it. So wherever you are in that journey, it's fine. We understand that, but we want to help you launch with clarity and confidence and then be able to grow. So we have four core membership benefits. These are our core deliverables. The first one is education. That's really our gold standard. That we believe that's one of our most basic promises to our members is education, because this is a rapidly changing field, especially with technology changing. And clients will come to you with all sorts of different projects. You'd be amazed at the variety of ways that people can bring photos to you. So the way we handle that is we do monthly training webinars with subject matter experts. The good news is, though, they have all been recorded. They exist in our training library, and you can go back and watch those at any time. We've been in the middle in the last 2 years, I think we're going to continue, is an Ask Me Anything series. So every month we have 3 to 4 experienced members, and I think this month it's on metadata, like everything you need to know about metadata. So you can join in on that, ask questions and get answers in real time from experts. And we've talked about everything from pricing to finding clients to digital photo organizing on a Mac to digital photo organizing on a PC to printed photo organizing to home, you name it. We cover these topics. But we also talk about other things like managing a client's emotional state, or finding clients, or how, all of those things. That's part of our education. You also get access to our on-demand core curriculum. So everybody, as a new member, gets access to our organizing printed photos, our digital photo organizing basics course, our business foundations, which is really how do you start a business? Because if you've never started a business, that's a whole nother learning curve. Do I set myself up as an LLC? How do I collect money? Do I get a checking account? Do I set up a website right away? All those questions that are part of the small business entrepreneur experience, we address that as well. We also have a course on scanning photos, slides, and negatives. and a guidebook for a lot of people don't start out thinking they're going to offer home movie conversion, but it's actually not that difficult. And we have a whole guidebook because when people bring you their photos, they're most likely in those boxes of photos, they find all those little camcorder videos and things. So one of our philosophies is do what you love and outsource the rest. So do not feel for 1 minute you have to offer all those services and know how to do all of that. It's something that you can choose to build and grow over time. So, oh, here we go. I had all that here. And I'm reading away off my notes. But, and also, here's an example of some of our past webinars to disaster recovery. Like, what do you do if people's photos have been, in a flood? Uh, what about photo, privacy, debunking myths around photo privacy? Again, this whole idea of what is metadata? Why do I need it? So that's an example. But honestly, most of our members will tell you that what keeps them coming back year after year is the community. We have two sayings that that's the core philosophy, the values of our organization. It's a rising tide lifts all boats, and that we're collaborative, not competitive. We have way more clients than there are ever photo managers, and we're decades away from any kind of like worry that there's too many people in my neighborhood or something. It's just not going to happen. And these are the ways that we help build community, that really you form relationships. Once you join, you'll be put into a regional meeting. These are members that we have leaders that volunteer. And so we're not big enough to be like, the whole country, to be state by state, but you have like the Northeast, you'll have the Mid-Atlantic states, the Europe has its own group, Australia, Asia has its own group, and they meet once a month via Zoom, and it's optional. You don't have to do that, but it's a great way to meet other members in your general region, and that's the group that you'll probably outsource work to, or you'll join like one of our members in the Northeast. I noticed recently, two of them teamed up together to share an exhibit table at an event, and they did it together, and they just split the leads. So it's really nice to be not in business by yourself. We also, like I mentioned, just started using a community platform called Circle. It's really like a 24-hour support hotline. It's not, we used to use a private members only Facebook page, but we moved, a lot of people wanted to come off social media. And so this is you might be in other groups in this, but there's a number of these that have popped up, but they're allow you to, it looks a lot like Facebook, but it's much more private. It allows you to follow conversations better and find conversations. And it's really building a great database of education and information. So you'll be part of that. We do monthly networking meetings. We have a mentorship program where you can sign up to be in a small group mentorship. We're at about I think maybe a 4 to 5 month waiting list right now for that. But it's great. We put 4 members together with a professional member that does this as a volunteer. You'll meet 6 times. And the goal is for your group, the 4 of you, or the 3 of you that kind of are part of that, to continue on in a relationship. And that's happened. It's gone really well. We do monthly roundtable conversations. And, really the whole community is all about helping everybody succeed. We have members that are experts in Apple Photos or experts in PC or what. There's members that are experts who will answer your questions in real time all the time, making sure that they can help you and guide you in the right direction. So again, here's the information about the group mentorship program that you'll meet over those times. It gives you that support and accountability. And then another significant part of our membership benefits is our partners and discounts with the companies that we work closely with. For instance, Projector is a wonderful company. It's Netflix for your home movies. We have a great relationship with Robert. He offers special deals all the time. He's really developed his project from the needs of the photo manager. So if you do convert people's home movies and all their home movies, instead of handing it back to them on a flash drive or a hard drive that gets put in the drawer and nobody ever sees it, you can actually upload it into Projector and they can watch it from their smart TV. We have an amazing relationship with all of these different companies that offer you all different archival methods. Is another one, photo safe boxes and storage. You have your own login username. You purchase at a wholesale pricing instead of retail pricing, so you can turn around and pass that on to your customer, or you could give it as a discount to them. It's up to you, however you want to do that. We have a lot of partners that we work with, and they also will educate you about their products. So you'll be way up on what's happening out there in the world of technology and things. There's so many things that are happening, and you'll be up to speed on all of that. So again, this is what's included in professional membership. We have our education, the community and mentorship, our benefits and discounts, all our basic courses, and then all the ongoing training that we do all the time. The cost for membership is $195 per quarter, or you can pay $649 for the year and have a savings. So that's what's included in membership. And then we also have what we call the photo organizing professional plus. So what this is we really recommend that everybody becomes a certified pro. Once you're certified, you will be listed in our directory and people will be able to find you through our search directory, which we are improving. It does need some work and it's on our rollout strategy, and it's not too far in the near future where people can do it like narrow down more through like a Google map approach and things that we have right now. But certification is you'll go through, we have our certification program includes teaching you best practices for printed photo organizing, digital photo organizing, scanning and digitizing, video conversion, photo restoration, project management, and business development. So it's self-paced study. It doesn't take a crazy amount of time, but it's really teaching best practices, also agreeing to our code of ethics, which is really important because for us to vet you, to put you on our search directory, when you're dealing with clients' photos, it's really important that there's a credibility piece, right? That for clients to be willing to invite you in and hand over their private information and things. And so you will save, it's only $7.99, and then you'll renew annually at $6.49. So you're saving, I think it's $50 if you purchase this ahead of time. You can also purchase it at any time. In your first year, you save 50%, and then after that, it's full price. So not everybody is certified. We don't track you. We're not going to, you don't have to become certified. But if you're serious about a business, a lot of people do really appreciate the certification. And then you'll get your badge. You can put it on your website. And you'll also, again, like I said, be in the search directory. So, but the goal here is our goal is to help you wherever you are in the process, right? So we want you to be successful. If you're interested in an organized photo collection for your family and friends, maybe consider the photo manager in training. If you want to start a business and earn income, join at our pro level. And if you're the person who wants to scale a profitable business, join at our pro plus. And we'll talk in a minute about, I'm sure there might be some questions about how much people earn and, how do you charge for your time and things. There's a lot to that. And it's there's a lot of answers to that. But our mission is to really help you start where you're at. So if you have a chance, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You know how you always get asked that question, please subscribe. It has to do with the algorithms, and people will direct people to the more likes we have, the better chance we have of people finding us. YouTube is like the biggest search engine outside of Google. I know ChatGPT is kind of coming along as a big search engine as well. But there we also, it's an opportunity. Many of our members, we feature you on our YouTube channel. So if you're an expert or you like to meet people and things, there's an opportunity for you to, we're always looking for people to join us on our YouTube channel to share their life experiences and things. So that's another marketing opportunity that we have for you. So please join that. We also mentioned that we have a special offer because, let's be honest, who doesn't need an incentive? And this is a significant offer that's only available for the next 48 hours. So if you sign up for our pro annual membership, so this isn't good for quarterly because this is a true value. It's a $399 value. We needed to do it at the annual membership. You'll have free access to our track one, what was called Profitability Live Workshop. People paid $399. We just finished that up in November. It was phenomenal. And we really wish that everybody could have access to this type of training right away. But what we did is we had 6 of our professional members do true live in-depth case studies about these topics: printed photo organizing projects, scanning, digital photo organizing, photo book, slideshow, and media conversion. So in other words, each speaker showed 2 real live case studies of clients from, hello, like an email, all the way to completion, how they priced the project and how they delivered the project in each of those areas. What's great about our training, though, is if you join, you'll join we do a member orientation, and I tell you not to watch all the training until you need it, because otherwise you can get lost into nothing but watching a lot of training videos. But when you need it, so say if you join and you don't have a scanning project, you don't need to watch like the case study on a scanning project because it's not relevant yet, but it's there ready for you when you're ready. And then we also have an amazing keynote session with a powerhouse confidence building speaker that's included in that as well. And also a deep dive study about how do you understand cash flow. So that's a big change. If you've worked for a company all your life, or you're used to a paycheck, owning your own business, it all becomes about cash flow. Like December for a lot of our members is a high cash month. A lot of people are busy. They hire you for projects and stuff. So you might have a lot of good amount of revenue that comes in the month of December. But July could be a month where you don't have a lot of money coming in. And if you don't understand how to manage your profitability with cash flow, it can be really frustrating in your first few years. So Caroline Gunther, who's one of our amazing coaches and speakers, she does a wonderful 90-minute session that's also included in this program. So that's the bonus offer that we have right now in place. And if you still need time to decide, that's okay. We don't want to put pressure on people. If you join the photo manager in training, we send you a copy of my book, Photo Organizing Made Easy. If you join quarterly, you'll get our essential form bundles for free, which has got some great forms like sample contracts and things like that. So we will offer that. So at the end of the day, these bonuses are only available for December 5th. Actually, that's not 48 hours, right, Mary? I guess I use that terminology wrong because
No, it's just these two offers, if they're still kind of deciding, these are offered until December 5th, but our Profitability Live, if they sign up for annual or Pro Plus, is only for 48 hours.
okay, because we're ending our yeah, that's part of our cyber Black Friday cyber. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that.
Mhm.
Um, Okay, so we'd love to welcome you to our community, whether you're just beginning or you're ready to jump into our, pro level, whatever is good for you. The most important thing is to start, right? Don't just leave it on a someday list. It's also an opportunity right now. I know it's a busy time of year, maybe join and, during your downtime over the all the downtime people have probably this time of this season of life. You can watch some things in January is called Get Organized Month. January is actually a big month of where people really turn away from acquiring things and getting ready for the holidays to thinking, oh my gosh, I got to get my life back in order. So it can be a great launching time to start launching your business. As I did mention to the person from Boston, we do an annual conference. We'll be in Boston in April. That's all on our website. We also have it virtual. We also do a virtual conference. So there's plenty of opportunities to quickly get connected to our community. And we are happy to answer any questions in the chat. Mary might already have been answering some if she hasn't yet.
We
But
haven't had any questions yet.
well, you'll be the first group that doesn't have questions, so go for it. We're happy to answer your questions. And if you need me to come up with a question or two for you, I'm happy to do that. You're a quiet group today. Um, let's see. Nothing's coming up. I know a question that most people ask is, how do I know how much to charge? Does anybody else have that question? You can like raise your little hand. Is that like something that ran through your mind? One of the things is a lot of our members charge. You want to just set an hourly rate as a professional hourly rate. So the first thing we do is tell you to research what is the average hourly rate for a service providers in your area. And that's going to be like massage therapists, bookkeepers, residential organizers who go into people's homes, senior move managers, anybody who offers a service for a fee. And you'll find that it's going to be, you're not going to be surprised. It's going to range anywhere from probably, depending on where you live, a low of maybe $60 to $70 an hour to, if you're in a big metro area, probably 150 an hour or so. So you want to set your hourly rate in that range because when you're setting an hourly rate as as a self-employed person, it's all the time. It's the time you just invested in this webinar. It's the time that you're going to invest in learning. You're compensating yourself for your time. And then a lot of our members build out packages like a 3-hour package, a 10-hour package. People don't love to be, talk about hourly. Oh, I charge this month an hour. So again, the Profitability Live training is going to teach you a lot about that. But that's usually a common question that people will ask us in the Q&A. So I thought I'd jump ahead. But we'll give it another minute or two, and if there's no more questions, we'll.
Hey, Kathy, I actually have a question. Sorry,
Oh,
I was tired of. Um, uh, I know the Profitability Live. It comes with the $7.99 and everything, and that's amazing. Are you guys offering it as a separate thing yet? In case I just decide to go with the quarterly right now.
um,
I'm just wondering because you
is
do have
it
a price on it.
Mary? Is it on our? I'd have to go on. I can't remember if it's part of our Academy sale this month. Do you remember?
Um, I don't believe that we have, uh, I don't believe we have it for sale right now, but
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I need to check. But I think it was only, we had an offer in November. If you joined, you would get the Profitability Live for free. But now that November is over, we're only doing this for 48 hours.
I
So I don't
understand.
believe you can purchase the recordings.
It's at
Okay.
but it's both the 649 or the 99. So it's not, you don't have to do the Pro Plus. You could just do just the Pro,
Mhm. Yeah, pro annual.
either one, either annual membership.
Oh, either annual membership will allow it. Okay. And then
Mhm.
what exactly did you mean by 50% for the certification? What did you mean by that?
We certification is 299. I'm terrible with remembering numbers, but if you purchase after say a year, you've been a member for a year and you did ever purchase certification, you get 50% off for the first year. So if your last day of membership is December 5th next year, you joined today and you hadn't purchased certification and you want to, you still save 50% for your first year. And then if you still haven't purchased it and you want to get certified, then you'll pay full price. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I'm in the second category already since first signed up in July 2024. Okay.
You can reach out to us through support and we can answer more questions like that.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no problem. We do have a couple of questions now. One of the Julie said one of her biggest holdups is matching people in photos to other photos. Like, for example, the client has old-timey photos. Is the expectation that you would just digitize the images or also join the family groupings? And it seems overwhelming.
You know what, Julie, believe it or not, it's optional to the client. So the printed photo organizing course done by Sandra Williams, that's how they do that. It's really a lot of our members say they know their clients, the age of their clients' kids better than I do. If you like puzzles and you lay out on a big table, it's really not that hard to organize. We have forms that you get a family timeline. They call it the barrettes and braces stages. We kind of tend to know like it's usually middle school when all the braces show up on kids' teeth and things like that. So it's really cannot be that difficult, but it depends on what the clients that costs more for you to do that for the client. So it's optional. You can say to the client, like in fact, I just helped a client. My son does this full time in the area, and I just happen to know the woman. So she didn't want to pay that kind of money for him to do all that work. So I said, just buy a bunch of big envelopes, go through the photos, drop them in there, and just write on the outside, 1980s or I think her daughter Olivia's first 5 years. And then when my son scans them, he'll put them in folders, Olivia's first 5 years. And so she saved money by actually doing the work herself. We don't recommend as a best practice that we scan every photo that people have ever, in all those big, huge boxes. It saves them time and money to actually have those curated beforehand. And so you can coach the client to curate it themselves. Or if they want to pay you, some clients say, I don't care, you just do it for me. We have lots of training on how to do that. And it's actually some of our members, it's their favorite part of the job is actually doing that. What seems overwhelming to you won't be it's really not as hard as you think. I remember feeling the same way, but and it's also not a mystery of what people take photos of. It's really funny, but you know what? You probably can guess, right? First days of school, holidays, 4th of July, with holiday dinners, time with grandparents, vacations, the beach, if you're a sports family, the hockey games, the baseball games. It's really, as humans, we're a lot more alike than we are different. Then we take many pictures similarly. So.
We also have the facial recognition software through a lot of our partners that they're able to access. I know a lot of our members also use that, and it makes it a lot easier if you decide to offer something like that.
Yeah, that's where AI, is not going to take away our jobs, but it is going to make our jobs more efficient and manageable. And then Karen,
I was just about to say, I was just responding to her that she's able to upgrade at any time and will prorate her membership.
yeah, so you won't double pay. So, if you upgrade in 6 months, it'll be, and you paid 349. We'll subtract the three, half of 349 from the number. So. Okay, and I guess the last thing I'll say, and because that was a great question, Julia, the anxiety. I have two favorite sayings. You can see one right behind me. One is everything is figure outable. That's by a woman named Marie Forleo. I didn't come up with that, but it really is a motto that has helped, and it really will help you in your business. Like anything that you come up against, if you just take a deep breath, you can figure it out. And the great news is we have an amazing community who's going to help you figure it out with you. But the other saying I have that you can't see is it's okay to be brave and afraid at the same time. That's Brene Brown. I feel like they go really well hand in hand. Starting a business, offering services, you are going to be nervous in the beginning, and your confidence is going to be you'll gain confidence in time. But at the end of the day, this is a job of the heart for many people. Most people, clients are just so thrilled that you actually, even just the art of listening to people, to have somebody care about their photos, and to hear people will, like, they'll get caught up in the nostalgia when they see a picture of their parents or their grandparents or their children when they're young. They're not usually a very hard audience to please. And we do a lot of training also on how to surprise and delight your client. Like, what are the things that you can do? One of the things, like, a lot of our members will do if they're scanning a collection and they see an old photo, it's really fun to, like, buy an inexpensive frame and maybe send it in the mail to them while you're in the middle of the project, and they open it up and they have a frame. Or send it, send a text message like, oh, I just came across this old photo, have you ever seen it? I mean, there's things that you can do. When you deliver back home movies, a lot of times our members will buy like bags of popcorn and put it in a bag with, and some milk duds or whatever, and say it's home movie night. So these are the things that you want to do that set yourself apart from the masses, right? People will say, well, how do you compete with, iMemories or these like large box stores? Well, because it's personal work, and the client that's hiring you doesn't want to send their photos off somewhere else, and they want that personal connection. So your confidence will increase as you get that feedback back from those clients. So it really becomes a really truly wonderful, that, I mean, our members will tell you over and over again what they love most about their job is the response that they get from their clients at the end of a project. So and Stacy, what kind of business insurance people have? We have a whole training on that. We have a whole, like, ask me anything. But usually we recommend that you start with basic business insurance. And then you can't really, photos are considered irreplaceable, or you can't really get the insurance like if you lost somebody's photos. We talk a lot about, you have a contract and they're signing off in an agreement that, you're not responsible if, an act of God or something, causes those photos. We also really recommend that you do a strong inventory, and we have a way that you do that. Like, if you're taking clients, you send them a documentation. I have 7 blue albums, 5 shoe boxes, and you photograph that, and so you're documenting the work so that there's no question about, what you took, and 7 VCR tapes and 8 camcorder tapes. So there's a whole process to this, and we talk a lot about that. And you don't have to reinvent the wheel, because it's already been done by many, many people, where the early people all had to figure all this out 16 years ago, but not anymore. All right, everybody, thank you again for your time. Thank you, Mary. And I hope you all have a great month of December. And we'd love, again, to welcome you. It's a great deal to take advantage of that if you can, of the 48 hours. If not, that's all right. We're still here. We'll be here. And we'd love to welcome you regardless. So thank you again for your time.